I miss that. I miss my old man.
I know, I bet you do miss the old men's class. That's the one thing Sam missed when we had COVID.
Okay, this meeting is called to order. We're going to start the meeting off with Education. Commissioner Locklear, would you do the honors?
Yes, sir. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day, a beautiful day, Lord, and we pray that you would be with us during this meeting, lead, guide, direct in everything that's said and done for the town of Ranlo. This I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, next on the list, we will do the roll call by the town clerk. Reagan, will you do that?
Mayor Ford Creech,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Robin Connor,
Here.
Commissioner Doug Moore,
Here.
Commissioner Ronnie Wallace,
Here.
Commissioner Ed Locklear,
Here.
Commissioner Shabbat here. Present.
Okay, all right, so we want to hear the comments by,
Agenda first.
I'm sorry, we need to adopt the agenda. I'm sorry, looking at item number 3. Yes, so the board needs to adopt the minutes, and I'm assuming that you had a chance to look over those minutes prior to coming in here. So,
I make such a motion.
will to make a motion to adopt it in a second?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Adopt the agenda.
Yeah, we're still, so item 3 is adopting the agenda, so just to clarify, that was to adopt the agenda, correct?
Adopt the agenda.
Yes. So, all in favor of the adoption?
Did you get the second?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so, now we're at the item number 4, comments from our attendees. All right, so we have Wade Morton.
Wade Morton, 85 One Avenue. Last year I ran a concession stand and done it with my money, not the town's. Now I'm asking for the board, can I do it again, during fall season stuff with kids,
Would that be, everything that's going on, Mr. Morton, or would that be just like the ball teams and stuff like that?
I think ball teams, just the ball teams stuff.
So during like the festival, you wouldn't want the concession stand? That would take away from the vendors, would it?
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Okay.
You're gonna be serving the same that you served last year?
Yeah,
And you've been certified, right?
yeah.
What is,
It just needs inspection, but we'll get to that, if I do,
what are you serving?
I serve 3 spots and water and stuff for the little kids. And some of them that comes up there, sometimes they don't have the money, I give it to them anyway. I just love that, the smile on the kid's face, and stuff.
You have to wait for the building to be inspected.
Not for that, not package items,
Okay.
not package items.
You just want to use the facility
Yeah.
to sell your own personal goods.
Town won't put the money into it, I put the money into it.
You just want to use our building.
Yeah. It's like I did last year.
How many events is it usually? How many events do you normally serve?
Well, it's not events, it's ball games. The YMCA has, flag football, they got T-ball and stuff like that,
So
And I think they play twice a week,
twice a week.
yeah. I think they practice twice a week, maybe they play on Saturdays all day or something like that, but, that's what I'll be doing, just selling it. If they don't have money, I give it to them, because, it's my money spent, I do what I want to with it,
Is it just the freeze pops and the water?
And water, if I put something else, they kill something,
But the concession stand was designed for the town to make money off the concessions.
If it was inspected and everything, you can sell hot dogs, but it's got to be inspected. But that grill's in bad shape, I mean, I was cleaning rust off of it, got down to the narrow of it and stopped because it was just, you know, quit coming off, I mean.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, may I interject for a half a second?
Yes,
Mr. Mayor, just to provide some background context, just so in case we forgot or if you're new to the board, about a year and a half, probably close to 2 years ago, the board had decided and made a vote to open the concession stand and not to have town-specific run food operations out of it. And by that, I mean chili, hot dogs, you can go back and watch the video, look at the minutes. What then Commissioner Ward, who's here before us and with us tonight was successful on last year to provide this accommodation to the community is not to go do the food handler course, to just do pre-packaged products.
Right.
So it wouldn't be anything that needs like mayonnaise or hot dogs or anything like that. It's just the pre-pots of sodas, the pre-packaged goods operating out of our building, which the board approved a year and a half or so ago to let folks do that. That also keeps the liability out of the town's kind of purview, if you will. So that's just some background context.
Right. So this is an item that you can put on, to vote for on the next meeting.
And so, you want to advise the board?
Yeah, I think it's already been voted on, so unless you want to change course, you don't need a vote on it,
Okay.
because he was already doing this.
Okay.
So continue on.
All right.
We have to make a motion?
Not necessarily.
No, okay.
He said it's already voted on.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, sounds
So
good.
is this something that has to be reviewed yearly or every
Which policy?
season or?
So are you talking about the motion to open the concession stand?
No.
Or just it being used?
Yes.
If it were to be used, we had basically put the onus or, if you will, the responsibility on, if someone were to come in, they're responsible, like if a festival, a private festival, which doesn't happen here, but just for sake of example, were to come, they would be responsible for all the food handler safety, all those things, working with the county health department to make sure it's all squared away, so that it's not a town event. We don't want to make anybody inadvertently sick, right? So it's not necessarily that it's reviewed. I think what Commissioner Morton had always done is gone and offered this rate accommodation. I think just wanted to confirm, and I don't want to speak for you, so tell me if I'm missing the point, but just want to make sure that it's good with the new standing order, that kind of just continued as was with the kind of changing of the guard.
It's similar to if you have a parks and recreation facility and you have a grill or whatever, or a stand,
And they
anything like
use
that, and they have to use that without special permission.
But is this something we vote on since he's asking to use it? He's asking the board to use, so the board needs to vote on it? Do we agree?
Well, I believe we already voted to allow that use to happen.
It's just more of a
I guess he's
courtesy.
asking.
Yes.
Can we allow him to use it?
Yeah, well, and I think, if I misspeak, tell me. So the board voted to let it happen.
Right?
So I think what Commissioner Morton is doing is saying, it's just a courtesy. I know
Right.
we have the change that happened obviously in November. Just wanted to kind of come to the common courtesy to
And
say,
he's
I
still
still love to
continuing.
continue to do this. It brings me joy. I don't want to speak for you. If I'm missing the point, tell me, just to make sure we're on the same page.
It sounds good to me.
I think it's great that he's offering to do this because there's kids out there playing, get hot, where they can be
Right,
nourished up. I think it's a great idea.
right.
Sounds good to me. So we don't need to do any voting, so we can call the next person.
Thank you.
That would be Jamie Jones.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, congratulations on your new endeavor.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
a thankless job, believe me, I know. I've got one of those black signs on my desk at home. Little name tag. Tonight, I'd like to speak.
Address.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1004 Strawberry Lane. Tonight, I'd like to speak on concern I have about a street sign that myself and several of our neighbors noticed tonight when they came home. It's the no parking sign anytime that's been posted today on our street. I've done as much research as I could in the last 2 hours, and I've learned that there was, unless there's documentation I'm not aware of, this thing was based on request from one resident of the street. There was no public hearing, there's no contact to the residents of the street for their opinion. I mean, there was no vote on it other than the board that voted. I know some of the new members probably weren't involved in this vote, I don't think. I would just like to know what the opinion was based on. Was it safety? Because I do know what I found out in the last 2 hours. The Public Works Director, I guess his director, CJ, was asked, was there any records of any accidents, wrecks? No complaints. Fire Department Chief was asked the same question. No problem with fire access. So I just want to know what your decision was based on and why nobody was given the opportunity to voice their opinion on it, or no vote by no petition was showed up or nothing. One resident complained about it and y'all changed the rule that affects a lot of people. When I built my house 20 years ago, I had a small driveway. My kids started driving. I had to, of course, widen my driveway. I've got 6 vehicles there. Everyone fits in the driveway. But now I can't have not one person visit my house. Sir.
Can I ask?
We voted, as long as my time won't get decreased at all.
We voted for no parking, but if you have an event, somebody over your house, you can get a permit. And it's not like a 2-hour permit, it's a permit for 2 days, 3 days, or however much.
Well, still, that's infringing on our rights to have a visitor. I mean, my daughter, if my daughter comes, she can't park in front of my house.
If you know your daughter's coming, she can get a permit.
I'm gonna have to get a permit for her to come
She
every
can get a
morning.
permit, you can get a permit for each time you park, right?
No, I was told only 5. I mean, do I have to call and get permission for her to come and visit me, every weekend? I mean.
You got 6 cars in the driveway right
I
now?
have 6 personal vehicles in that driveway. And I widened my driveway 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
But now, I've got 2 grandkids. My daughter brings the grandkids to my house. I mean, do I have to go pick them up and bring them there to keep her from parking in the driveway or parking on the road and getting the first offense is $50, second offense is $200, third offense is $500, and possibly a towing after that.
Wow.
And again, this was based on the complaint from one resident who complained to y'all, but has never, and he's here, has never complained to us. He's never complained to me personally, anybody else on the street.
Well, the thing with the fire department is, we say they double park on the street.
Well-
It's hard to get through there.
One of my many certifications in North Carolina, I'm a fire code inspector, fire code instructor. I've done my homework on that. With,
Now, the code don't matter, if somebody double parks, you can't get a fire truck through there, and you know that.
with the width of the street, if the people are parked right,
Park right,
if they're parked right,
Right.
any fire truck in Ranlo will fit between 2 cars.
if they park right.
We were not given the option for a one side of the road parking, left or right, make a rule, left or right, we weren't given that option. We weren't given the option to voice our opinion.
Can I say something to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you aware that, that's issues that we're having in Mountain View and Spencer Heights? We can't park on the street. We
Well,
can't-
are you aware that by 6 inches, Strawberry Lane is the widest residential street in Ranlo? We measured it, the average vehicle is 8'2" to 8'5", with a vehicle parked on each side, a fire truck would still fit through the middle. And, I mean, even if we had a rule for one side, but we weren't given the option
Right.
to even voice our opinion. This happened so fast today that I wasn't able to get anybody to come to voice their opinion, but we will be able to next month. I mean, I think that's something that should be relooked at.
What, if you don't mind me asking, I've been by, Strawberry Lane, but I don't go by there often. Could you remind me where that's at?
If you leave here, go down to the 4-way, there's the big new flashing red signs. Take a left and go down by the church, go to Ridge, take a left on Ridge, and it takes you down through the little sharp S-turn and Strawberry down on the right.
Yeah.
It's a dead end road.
Yeah, I remember going down there while we were campaigning, so yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
But, I
Thank
mean,
you.
I just want y'all to know that we do plan on, I mean, if this opinion was based on one person, I think by next month we'll have a petition with probably 95% of the residents on the street opposed to it.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's our right to do that. at least voice our opinion.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the streets were that wide, because ours aren't that wide.
I understand.
Yeah, ours aren't that wide.
And, I would ask that until next month, you impose some kind of moratorium on the, legality of that.
We already put the signs up.
The sign went up today.
Yeah, I think this needs to be, you know, we do need to discuss this.
I'd like to know what was the decision, why was the decision made? If you have.
Yeah, what was it based on? I mean, I don't, that's what I'm asking. What was the decision based on? It can't be fire safety because I've got all the records that shows that doesn't apply. Because of the width of the road.
Not a parking lot.
Well,
There's been bid parking.
Number one, they shouldn't be speaking from the audience.
Sorry, guys. It's not,
I don't care.
it's not the special meeting, but, we gotta do
My
things
game.
easily in order.
We
Yes.
have that same issue, Spencer Heights, with
Yes.
the parking. That's the issue going on,
Yeah.
parking on the side of the road.
I
The
understand.
main
that
thing
you-
about the parking is parking at the stop sign down there and all the way up down
And see,
the
and not only Ranlo, that's a state law
Yeah.
that they're breaking on at the corner, at the T intersection. I understand that.
I don't think it's asking too much to give it to next month to,
They'll give it forever. Fuck it. See it.
Get him out of here.
Okay.
Maybe that's the way it goes.
See, I mean, you know, one resident and he gets mad when somebody opposes him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to be as nice as I can.
I don't think it's asking too much. I'm sorry, Mayor, if I interrupted you.
No, go
But I'm
ahead.
kind of curious to, what is his problem with that one vehicle being parked there?
It,
What is the problem? What is he concerned?
there's, and that neighbor could not be here tonight because he didn't find out quick enough, but he'll be here next month. He has, his son or something has a vehicle parked there sometimes, and that Mr. Moore does not like it.
Not this was wrong.
Not that Mr. Moore. And they're not related. But, I mean, but like I'm saying, as far as I can tell, this decision was made based on the complaint of one resident.
And there was no issues with blocking driveways or?
No, ma'am, there's no driveway ever been blocked, there's never been an issue with the fire safety, never been an issue with wrecks, nothing like that.
You know, I would be interested, seeing what everybody else has to say as well on this street.
And I appreciate
The
that.
petition would be good. And also, I like Commissioner Locklear's recommendation of allowing it until a decision is made.
I appreciate
So we
it.
table this to next month.
Yes.
Thank you very much. for your
Sorry,
time.
we voted on it, after we tabled it.
Why does it-
That
I don't understand why we need to table it. Why do we need to table it?
Well,
Because he could also just not park out there until next month until we make a decision, correct? It could go either way. You could also not park there.
I don't park it on a regular basis.
But, whomever, can not park out there and abide by the signs there until we meet next month. They just put the sign up today,
Well,
correct?
as long as y'all don't do a
Enforce the
moratorium on it,
fines,
there
what you're
could be legality issues from the police department if they come down there and have to enforce that no park.
Well, why can't we just put the sign up? We can't wait till next month?
The sign's already up.
That's what I'm saying, just leave the sign there until we make a clear decision that it should come down.
Right.
Why turn around and take it back down?
Oh, I mean, I'm not asking for it to be taken down, I'm just asking why we didn't get to at least voice our opinion on it. I know, I mean, I'm not the type of person that would come here and say, can we get that sign today? You know, I mean, I know that can't happen, I've been sitting where y'all sit.
Yeah, I understand, but
But, I mean, I assure you, there's gonna be a greater number who are gonna oppose this, who would ask you reverse the decision next month. At least vote on it.
So really, the statement that Commissioner Locklear is saying is really the same thing you're saying. Basically, we leave the sign up, but not enforce it.
You can't do that.
Mr. Mayor, I'm
Okay.
sorry, no, that's
You
not.
can't do that.
Can't do
The
that.
sign's already up
You
there.
all cannot ask that we not enforce the law. Law is the ordinance.
But can they vote on a moratorium on
They,
that property?
they can vote to remove that from the parking schedule and do that, and then do it that way, but you cannot have a moratorium on enforcement of the law that's on the books.
Okay.
It's either enforced or it's not
But
enforced.
from my understanding, the ordinance for that sign has not even been written yet.
That I don't know.
Yeah, we would,
Well, the sign just went up today.
right, and we had sent it already to American Legal Publishing,
Yeah.
so we can work on that.
And whether it's posted on a website or whatever has no legal effect. When it's adopted by the board, it becomes legal.
So until this sign stays, until we come to bring heads together and make a clear decision on should it stay or should it go. But since they just put it up today, we need to abide by that until another decision is made. And it would have been great to hear the gentleman here voice his opinion also of what, I mean, no, really, why, you know what I'm saying? Why he has issues with the property on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, like I say, he's never contacted any of us, and the gentleman that he mentioned across from his house, he's never even knocked on his door and said, why are you parking here? I mean, that gentleman will be here next week to verify that. He asked me to let y'all know that he just could not make it tonight. So, I mean, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come back next month and speak again.
So unfortunately, due to the law, we cannot take it down right now, it has to be enforced. But, bring your petition and, come with that for the next meeting.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Can we put that as an agenda item?
Yep, I got it written down.
All right, Drew, I always say the last name wrong, but, Horan.
I will pronounce it when I get up there.
Okay.
Might have to spell it.
That I might. My name is Drew Borine. Accent on the first syllable, long I in the second. That's we learned in first grade. So, I live at 1616 Allegheny Drive. First off, I want to say that I was coming up Highway 7 this morning, and I was thrilled to see the new banner up on the corner of Highway 7 and Spencer Mountain, and honoring our hometown Olympic gold and silver medalist Caitlin Brown. If you haven't seen it, it's up on the brick building there on the corner, and it looks fantastic. It's the kind of thing that makes you smile as you drive into the town and reminds us why we're proud to live here. I also wanted to take a moment to thank our town manager, Charlie Hanson. After I spoke last month about the utility billing auto pay issue, he followed up. He helped me get my specific situation sorted out, and even gave me a glimpse into what they're working on for the future to bring Ranlo into the future and to lead the way. So he went out of his way to do that, and I just wanted to offer my appreciation here. And lastly, a quick observation. So this morning I was at the Downtown Gastonia Business Partners meeting, and I picked up the latest Go Gaston NC Tourism magazine. It's a good publication, but I did notice that Ranlo is not represented anywhere in this publication. And I don't see that as a complaint, I see it as an opportunity. As our new leadership gets settled in, I think this is a great moment for us to be intentional about how Ranlo shows up and tells its story. We've got great people, real accomplishments, and a strong sense of community, and those are things worth sharing. I'm encouraged by the direction that we're heading, and appreciate all the work being done to keep Ranlo moving forward. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Drew. We appreciate you actually, thanking Charlie for doing that to town manager. I don't know how much thank yous do you get.
I'll keep that comment to myself.
You can never say thank you too many times.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're great, Mr. Roy.
Yes, and the, definitely the, sign was definitely significant. We have a Olympian here from, Ranlo. So that was awesome that, Commissioner, Connor actually spearheaded getting that up. We always want to recognize greatness, when it's in our own town. So, next person up is, Regina Cox. Or Knox, I'm sorry, I said Cox, Knox.
Good evening, Mayor Creech and distinguished county commissioner, Ranlo Board Commissioners. I'd like to also invite Wanda Hawthorne up. She's the next person on the list because we're
Okay.
together.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you, Mayor. I am with, I work for Gaston County Public Health.
And I'm Wanda Hawthorne again, and I live in Gastonia, and I am with Oak Street Health.
Can you say our addresses?
You can leave it with us.
625 North Weldon.
916 Laura Lane.
And we're here today representing Gaston Cares. Gaston Cares is a collaborative community initiative focused on improving quality of life here in Gaston County. One of our initiatives that we implemented last year was a rotating community health fair. Last year, we hosted 3 community health fairs in the city of Gastonia and thought that we would expand those health fairs out into the municipalities for 2026. We selected Ranlo as the first municipality to do our health fair in. In partnership with Commissioner Connor, we scheduled the lodge for January 22nd to host our health fair here. We plan on having about 15 vendors. CVS will offer flu vaccinations, and we'll have a combination of healthcare providers, the public health department, community services, and we will offer as many on-site screenings as possible. The health fair will be geared towards seniors and also families. We would love to come back again later in the year and work with an existing event where we can have more people. We understand it's short notice, but we really want to be more active in the community.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I see you two before, came to Tabernacle several times. Absolutely, okay, good. She comes to our church and does some of the health fairs that we sponsor.
Yes, and you all, I was blessed to be able to welcome them here today. We had a meeting here in the lodge because it's their first time. I'm amazed at how many had never been to Ranlo before. So they were really excited about it. And I also would love for you all to meet Mrs. Commissioner Effie Locklear. Ms. Locklear does a lot of work with the seniors here in Ranlo. And I think this would be something that you would love to get involved with, put your input in. Because a lot of the health fair attendees is focused on seniors, a lot of it. And she's done tremendous work with our seniors here in Ranlo. So hopefully you all will touch bases, share information, because I think this would be really great for Ranlo. This would be great for Ranlo.
When is that date?
It's January 22nd, so on a
22nd,
Thursday.
I'm sorry.
Thursday. It's 11 to 1.
11 to 1.
And it's here at the lodge, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I may interject, I'm with Oak Street Health again, and we're a primary care doctor's office, recently purchased by CVS, and like I said, she's, as she mentioned earlier, CVS is going to be providing the flu shots. And so we're excited to be a part of that. As I said, we're a primary care doctor's office, see patients on Medicare, and so we'd love to offer our resources to the community.
Yeah, glad to know that you're coming. The next time we know that you're coming the next time, so we'll be able to promote it. I'm big on healthcare, so, and making people, I don't think I'm a senior yet, I'm only 55. So, oh, am I? Well, maybe I am. So definitely want people to recognize the significance of making sure that they're taken care as far as flu shots, as far as blood pressure, as far as also really exercise.
Exactly.
So-
And she didn't mention the vendors, but the example for some of the vendors that I have that are going to be attending will have the Oak Street Well Care, Medicaid, Medicare, Senior TLC, Public Health, Gaston YMCA, Contegra, Gaston EMS, and even the two town dentistry. So, and there'll be a few other vendors. Prayerfully, we will have food available, lunches, little knicky-knackies for everybody. And we're gonna do our best as, we have a sample flyer. I have a sample flyer, but it needs a little bit more twerking to add more things to it. But we have a flyer, and it's our goal to get this out to all the churches here in Ranlo, and as many of our seniors that may not know how to do all this and get on Facebook and all that, but we're gonna, there you go, we'll make sure you get them on. And get this out, because this is free, and we want our community to be healthy as it can be, and tell them what's available out there. And these ladies are excellent at doing that. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can get with y'all after the meeting if you're still here, if you like.
Brian Keith Wilson.
That'll be me. Good evening, everybody. It is a privilege to be here. Unfortunately, I've got some questions and they're very simple. Most of them are for Mr. Charlie. And if you don't mind, just simply tell me your advice. Okay, the first question is on December 29th. The town of Ranlo, please note this. The town of Ranlo gave me a free rental for a trailer. You know the eviction process that I'm going through based on the wrongful termination Mr. Charles Harper did. The town of Ranlo trailer was picked up around 3:20. I requested a dump ticket from him. Can I have a dump ticket proving that it went to the landfill, yes or no?
Mr. Mayor, there is going to be no answers provided to this line of question.
You don't have to answer. I just wanted a straight answer, so it's denied, correct? Okay, second question. Can I have my time sheets?
So,
Yes or no?
so Brian,
Yes, sir. Just say
unfortunately,
yes
this
or
is
no.
this is not the venue for those line of questions.
Okay, next question.
So can I,
Yeah, next.
respectfully,
You can tell me
now
to
you know
stop.
I've been fair with you. So respectfully, can we not do this here,
Well,
maybe
I'll skip to the next
somewhere
question.
else?
I'll skip to the next question.
Okay, maybe.
Next question. Can I show on that protection screen to you, Mr. Hanson, misuse of public works material, company trucks, and equipment, yes or no?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm
last
sorry,
question.
Mr.
Last
Wilson.
question. Is it against company policy to use children in company vehicles?
All right, thank you, Mr. Wilson, for your questions.
That's it, sir.
That's
all.
I do pray for you, you know I do.
I know you do.
You know I do. And,
It is what it is. You don't have to say another word, sir.
yes, and you know we do care about you.
I have no doubt
Yes.
that you care.
Yes.
However, every day I will be here that this is open. If man says get out of the building, I'll leave. But I was told to ask you public, and I'm gonna. I want my time sheets, and I want to put to the public on that. I've got 3 videos that the public and you, Mr. Harper, need to see. Because you're fixing to get some kids hurt.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wilson. All right, guys, we're gonna go to item number 5. The adoption of the December 11, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
I'll make a
All right.
motion with documents.
I'm sorry, you had a question?
You made a motion?
Oh, you got a question? You got a question?
I didn't.
Oh, you said you had a motion. Okay,
Second.
you got a second? Okay, all in favor? All right, so the adoption of the minutes. Let's move on to item number 6. Board Commissioners rule of rules of procedures. The board will consider adopting the rules of procedures.
Mr. Mayor, these are the same rules that we went over last time, but I'm happy to
Yeah.
answer any questions.
Right.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
ordinance as well.
Yeah, I know, it's the same. I'm just gonna take a quick glance if that's okay with you. Does everybody have these? I'm assuming everybody has it? And of course, we're just skimming through, but, and I don't see any changes, so, anybody notice anything that stands out to you? It just looks like the standard stuff here. Okay,
We've had a month to read them, so.
we got what?
We had a month to go over them and read them, so.
Yeah.
I make a motion to go ahead and adopt them as written.
Absolutely.
I'll second it.
Second motion, all in favor? Okay. Adoption of the minutes, let's move on.
Mr. Mayor, we need, you adopted the rules, but now we need a motion to adopt the ordinance to repeal the rules in your code ordinances. You should have an ordinance in your packet as well.
Oh, yes, we do.
So, and I explained this last time, but I'll just for clarity,
Yes.
for some reason, very odd, the rules of procedure, which is typically a separate document, were included in your code of ordinances. So by adopting these new rules, we have to repeal the ones that are in your code of ordinances. So it's a procedural thing.
Very good, very good. Okay, so everybody's reading this appeal to remove the old ordinances from our rules of procedures, town of Ranlo rules of procedures. Do I have a motion
I'll make such a motion.
to remove?
Make such a motion to remove the current and replace it with the new.
Motion to adopt the ordinance.
Motion to adopt the ordinance, the new ordinance.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? I'm sorry, can you say it again? I was looking down. All in favor? I'm sorry, that's everybody, okay, good.
And, Mr. Mayor, just want to point out to everyone, if you have your rules in front of you, Rule 27B.
27B,
public
yes.
comment periods, just going forward, now that you've adopted these rules, those are going to apply to our public comment periods going forward. So just want everybody to be aware of that.
Let me go to that just in case we, okay, yeah, so the rules of public comments, yeah. So for the public comment, periods are as follows. Any person desiring to address the board shall first secure the permission of the mayor. Every person addressing the board shall give his or her name and address for the records. Unless a special time is granted by the board, every person addressing the board shall limit his or her remarks to 3 minutes. No person may speak more than once per period. Speakers must maintain order and respect. Conduct that disrupts, disturbs, or interferes with the meeting, including shouting, profanity, personal attacks, or threatening language is prohibited. The mayor may rule to speak out, a speak out of order and end comments that violate these rules. All remarks shall be addressed by the board as a body and not as any member thereof. No person other than the board members and the person having the floor shall be permitted to enter into the discussion either directly or through a board member of the board. So no question shall be asked a board member except through the mayor. Okay, and then of course you got that was B of 27, of Rule 27. That was just section B. Okay, yeah, we will definitely make sure we abide. All right? Very good. Okay, so let's move on. I know the hour's getting late. Number 7, website overhaul discussion. Commissioner Hill.
I'll let Charlie start. I'll let Charlie start.
Happy to do it, Commissioner Hill. So the next, or I guess we'll just go item by item. So in the meetings, and I'll keep it brief, Mr. Mayor and Board. In the meetings that I've had with Commissioner Hill since the swearing-in ceremony, Commissioner Hill has had some wonderful ideas, just really cool stuff that when we sit and talk about different things that could bring, updates or new, looks for the town, whatever it may be. We wanted to make sure that we brought it in front of the board for if it requires a motion, obviously that would go in front of the board. If it's just kind of like a straw poll, we all good with that kind of thing. Still just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So the first one is a website overhaul discussion. So we currently work with a third party, if you will, a contractor who manages our website. When Commissioner Hill started, and I don't want to speak for you, but I misspeak, please interrupt me, said, which I agree with, our website is kind of terrible, which it kind of is. So Commissioner Hill had some awesome ideas and looking at some other jurisdictions and how they operated, and to basically come in and to make it so that it's easier to navigate, so where you can click on departments and it comes up, and imagine like on the left side you'll have, or maybe on the right side, you'll have the department head picture, a quick overview of that department, things happening. And on the left side, there will be interactive tabs that show all the projects that we have going on, so that if someone's like, hey, what's going on with that project, or I haven't heard about this project, and maybe they don't get a chance to watch the meetings, you can go online and click it, right? So you can go in and say, do town hall project, or whatever it may be. You can click it, and you can see the stats, and then we kind of just overhaul the website to make it more user-friendly, to make it look a little bit more new, and to make it easier for our residents to be able to access and see some of that information. So we just kind of thought it would be best if we brought it in front of the board. That way, if you went to the website and saw complete change, you're like, what in the world happened? I didn't know about this. That we all just kind of were in agreement that Commissioner Hill and I kind of have the vision. What we can do is obviously bring some screenshots and things like that before anything goes live. But from what I've seen as a town manager, I think it would be really, really cool ideas and updates that are going to bring our website to another level. So.
And also not only that, with each department, I also want to incorporate a suggestion and a complaint form that gets routed and answered within 48 hours. And so residents aren't just waiting for a public meeting, they can start offering their suggestions specifically to that department. So suggestions, complaint form, and we'll figure out how to route it to one box. But just offering more transparency, a friendlier site, easy to use, who belongs where, as well as our financial software system that's coming with auto pay. So we just kind of want to do overhaul.
Instead of posting on Ranlo Chatter about a verbal storm drain, not called town hall.
Exactly.
So Ranlo Chatter is the official site of the town.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's what it is.
if I take the floor again. So kind of what the next step will look like, if the board's good with it, we'll just kind of move forward. If everybody's just kind of straw poll, like, yeah, we're fine with that, doesn't necessarily need a motion. What Commissioner Hill and I can do, and if anybody wants to be a part of that process, you're more than welcome. We'll just set up a meeting with our website guy and say, hey, we got big plans, get ready to get to work. So that's kind of how we'll roll it. But we'll obviously come back and provide updates to the board as we do that stuff.
Sounds good. Only thing is that you got a limited number of resources, people working. So the 48-hour period would be tough. So we may not want to put that on the website. Maybe, within a timely frame. So we could, but yeah, that's my only suggestion. I'm not saying that it's not a good idea.
Who answers these questions? Who deals with this?
As far as when the reports come in?
When the complaints come.
Yeah, so we would have to just work that into the back end of the front end really of the software. So like one thing too, and Commissioner White and I have talked about this, that text notification service that we started recently, it also has a request function. Where if I'm driving down the street and I see the Ryan Circle street sign is down, I can take a picture and text it, and then on the front end, or back end, whatever, I'm not an IT guy, we could program it so when someone sends that in and chooses the category for street sign or streets or whatever, we can automatically go to Public Works' email.
Well, good thing that I am an IT guy, I'm a software engineer, so yes, that can happen. Absolutely.
And regardless.
So again, like you said, it would go to the various departments. So if it's Public Works, it goes to the Public Works Director, if it's Police Department, if it's admin.
Sounds great. Not that you need a vote, but is everybody okay with, moving forward?
Strong pull.
Commissioner?
I'm good with this.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
That might be new pictures.
I'm
Oh,
sorry?
no.
I said that might be new pictures.
All right, very good. Okay, so let's move to item number 9. Planning Commission, decision.
8, Mr. Mayor.
I'm sorry, 8, special, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get out of here. All right, item number 8, Special Events Committee, Commissioner Hill.
So, you want to take it, John?
I did. I'm happy to if you'd like me to. Okay, another amazing Commissioner Hill idea. And again, I don't want to speak for you, so if I'm missing the mark, jump right in. Commissioner Hill came up to me and essentially expressed a couple different things. One, that our events could be better, which I completely agree with. We know that we have, we run pretty lean as an organization, so, you know, we don't really, like, I essentially plan the events with the staff, right? And so I didn't, you know, even express, you know, it's sometimes difficult if I'm saying, you know, hey, I'd like to be in Raleigh to try to go, you know, work with some of our delegates, but at the same time, I gotta plan an event happening, and the Christmas parade itself takes months and months and months, and it's a lot to balance. So when we were kind of problem solving that, thinking about, you know, is it hiring somebody? Well, not necessarily. Commissioner Hill had an even better idea, which is involving the public in some of this, and this will need some help from you, Mr. Tosca. And so Commissioner Hill wanted to bring in front of the board, having the idea of bringing up a special events or a special events committee, where maybe, and it can be, I guess, at the board's choosing, and again, you interrupt me if I'm saying something wrong, where it could be a designated group of, well, you know, and the board can decide the numbers, I'll just use hypotheticals, maybe 4 residents and a board member, or 5 just volunteers from the community. And to be on the special events committee that can come and help volunteer their time, maybe they care about the committee, want to help with special events, maybe they've come to all our events and are tired of the bouncy houses, which we do every single time, and say, you know, I have some great ideas, right? Like Commissioner Hill wants, I hope I don't spoil the surprise here, wants like a full Macy's Day parade for the Christmas parade, which would be so cool, right? So lots of fun ideas, but the thing about that is it takes a lot of hours, it takes a lot of time. So I think the idea was, let's bring it to the community, see if there's any interest, if the board has any interest in starting a special events committee that can be with people who work in the public or are in the public and want to help them work, on a volunteer basis, I would assume, and help plan some of these grand events and help some of the things.
That's what we had before, it was a recreation committee, not special events, but it's the same difference.
Yeah.
My second committee I'm interested in pursuing as well. It's like community engagement committee. And so that committee is one that looks and works with the community, Gaston County, to find resources for our residents. You know, you have residents that might need help with rent, they might need help with utilities. So making sure that we on our own website have a community engagement site and committee that goes out and helps find those resources. I know one year the United Way of Gastonia, they had funding for rent and utilities, and our residents know that, you know? And so making sure that anyone that are getting these grants in for rent, utility, food, housing, that our residents know about it, they know how to access it, they know who to go to. So that would be the second committee that I would be interested in starting, like a community engagement. And yes, I would want a number of people and then maybe a commissioner that is willing to kind of oversight as well.
Yeah. You know, Miss, Commissioner Locklear, when I first came on, they would have a commissioner with the police department, a commissioner with the fire department. So you get as many people involved, which I think is really great, you know, because our board, you know, kind of, sometimes we gotta need something fresh ideas. So I love the idea of getting more residents involved, but they used to do it like that, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to break it off like that, which gives everybody their own little set of work to do, you know, involvement, the different commissioners, instead of just coming to a board meeting every month. I like, you know, I'm working on this, and my group's working on that, and bring it all to a head and board meetings. Yes.
And can I add just a little bit of context?
Yes, sir.
I think the reason it was shaped like that is because that was the structure of government prior to, I guess, about 2020, when Mr. Blanton came, and then it changed to the council manager form of government. So there were those commissioners of the department, so it was a different structure. But this committee, I think the board could still move forward with that same kind of idea at the same time.
And I'll just add the new rules that you just adopted. If you look at Rule 29, that talks about appointing, what you have to do for appointing. And it says, with the advice and consent of a majority of the board, the mayor may establish and appoint standing and special committees. And that those, this board, if they wanted to adopt, excuse me, a resolution laying out the duties of that committee or that board, you all can do that. You don't have to. It's a may, not a shall. But importantly, this is something that I think you just need to be aware of. That committee is going to be subject to the open meetings law, so they're going to have a notice of their meetings, and it's got to be open to the public. It can't be closed. You know, it's basically they're going to take on the same types of laws that you all take on. So just be cognizant of that.
Right.
And that you can also, and then the final rule there is that you all can adopt rules of procedure for that board or that committee, and that committee can adopt their own rules as well. So Rule 29, I would point you to that as far as when you're looking at setting up these committees, how to do it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Did you want to say something about that, Commissioner Ross? I know you were talking about other
You talking about the zoning board?
Yeah, you were just talking about other boards. It sounds kind of similar to what.
Yeah, we used to have a zoning board here and Board of Adjustments. And I don't know when it quit, but.
That's the next item on the agenda.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the planning board here in just a second.
All right, are we good to move on, or do we have any more discussion on that?
I think,
Commissioner Hill?
may I, Mr. Mayor?
Sure.
I think what may be beneficial is if that sounds like something this board wants to do, maybe you could instruct staff, and by that I mean me, to come up with some language maybe between this month and next month, or come up with like a X amount of people or whatever, and kind of come with what would essentially be the proposal for that resolution, like Nick had said, and then that can be voted on next month.
That would be great, yes.
If that's okay with you.
I think you should move forward and kind of draw interest to from the citizens as you do it, maybe post something about it.
Can I do that before?
I recommend Diane Palmer be the president of
Yeah, and also, if you're gonna do that, please put that on the planning board as well.
Yeah.
Things that you're working on. Okay, can we, okay, to move to the next item, Commissioner?
Just need a resolution to create.
I think she heard you.
Nope, I'm good. And I just want, one last point, I'm the messenger, but none of these were my ideas, Commissioner Hill, this was all Commissioner Hill's fantastic work, so.
Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna move on to, item number 9, Planning Commission discussion and Ranlo 2040 plan. Commissioner Hill?
me again. It's really nice when I get to just say all your good ideas and I get to sound smart. So I just wanted to, I think Commissioner Hill and I wanted to bring back to the board and put kind of back on attention the existing, or what, the planning board, right? So the town does have a planning board. Since its adoption, and I know Ms. Palmer, who is in the room, who was on that board, all of the terms have expired. So there's nobody that's currently on the planning board. I know Ms. Hill had said, or Commissioner Hill had said, hey, there's an interest, let's see if we can fire it back up. So it's on the agenda tonight to talk about, because those are appointed by the Board of Commissioners, those positions are, and I'll let Mr. Tosca talk about the numbers and how that all looks. But I just wanted to put back into the kind of atmosphere, if you will, the planning board, to see the Board of Commissioners' appetite for, do we want to go ahead and solicit, because kind of how it could look is we could say tonight, hey, we're going to go ahead and start, soliciting for the planning board positions. If anybody's interested, this is what the board could do. This is a hypothetical. You have between now and next month, start talking to the commissioners and, see why you could say that you'd be a good fit. And then maybe next month even come and speak for the meeting, and then the board could appoint, unless if any that's out of order. And then the 2040 plan, just to put back on everybody's memory. So it is a 100-page document. So instead of printing 100 of them, I have one, and it's also online. But back in, I want to say 2022, it was approved by the planning board and the Ranlo Board of Commissioners. This is essentially the comprehensive land use plan that was adopted for the town of Ranlo. So it goes through all the zoning districts, the future land usage, all that good stuff, and it is a healthy read. It is 100 pages, full of words, but it's very important. So I think Commissioner Hill just wanted to make sure that we all remember this document, and obviously if the board decides, hey, let's go ahead and get the planning board up and running, a lot of these things have an impact on the decisions in the future land use for the town.
And one of the big things that made me really want to revisit this is because as we are looking and wanting to develop and wanting to rebuild Ranlo, I would like to know, or have a consultant maybe come in to say, okay, you have this property that's for sale, you have this property for sale, this would be good if you have a gas station here because of noise ordinance or traffic, you don't want this type of property here. So I think that's really important as we're thinking about Ranlo's future, how we want to build traffic considerations to revisit all that is for sale in Ranlo, how it could be utilized, the best way it could be utilized.
And I think if I may, I think the importance of it being called the 2040 is because it's exactly that. Like, so a lot of this work, so In Focus is the group that we worked with at the time, and we still work with In Focus. And we'll likely have to go back to them to talk about a contract to come on for more frequent visits, especially if the planning board comes back on. That'll have to be the board appropriation. A lot of these things think through exactly that. So what the future land use looks like, and I'll pass to Nick here in a second, but essentially the planning board would exist, could vote on matters of zoning and matters of planning, and then that recommendation would get brought to the board to also consider, with either the planning board's blessing or not. So you want to talk about maybe some of the...
Yeah, so, and just kind of for those of you that aren't familiar with the difference between the planning board and what the commissioner was talking about related to the Board of Adjustment. So those are two different boards. You all in Ranlo have, through your ordinance, you put them into one board, so it's a planning board and a Board of Adjustment, but the Board of Adjustment is the one that they're the ones that they hear staff appeals. If there's an appeal of a zoning matter, they hear that. Variances, special use permits, things like that require a little bit of more a legal process. It's called quasi-judicial process. And so those are, that's what, and I don't think anything's come up in a very long time. And that's why probably the members have expired. But so just think of it as the planning board members that you're appointed are two hats. That's one hat. The other hat is what Charlie was speaking to, which is planning related items, that making recommendations to this board on zoning related things, making recommendations on the comprehensive plan. There's other duties spelled out in the statute, which, we can do a copy of what they do. But it's two different hats that they wear. So just keep that in mind for, when you're appointing, because if a Board of Adjustment item does come up, a variance or what have you, they will need to be the ordinance to decide that.
I think it's been over 20 years since we had one come up.
Yeah.
Because I was on the board when it come up.
Yeah.
So if the board is interested in that, could you maybe give us an overview of what that, could show us steps to getting to that being okay?
Sure, and this is in section 154.101 of your code of ordinances. And it says the planning board consists of 4 members who are citizens of the town, and they're appointed by you all. And then 1 member who is appointed by Gaston County Commissioners as the extraterritorial ETJ member.
He's outside of the town.
outside the town.
He or she is in the ETJ.
ETJ, yes.
Yeah. And then 2 alternates. So you all are going to be responsible for appointing 4 members, regular members, and 2 alternates. And then those members are going to have staggered terms of 3 years, so that they're not ending all at the same time.
I'm sorry, did you say that was section where?
154.101.
That's in the ordinance.
That's in your code of ordinance, not the rules of procedure.
It's in the ordinance. Yep.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, and then there's in that section that I pointed out to you, there's also, it talks about what happens if you have vacancies and things like that, but you don't have to worry about that for right now. For right now, just know that you'll need 4 regular, 2 alternates, and staggered 3-year terms.
Okay.
Is that appointment need to happen at a regular meeting of the board?
Yes.
So,
Well, I mean, it could be a special meeting if you all want it.
Let me make sure I got that again. Say it one more time, section
154.101.
and if the board sees fit, we could always post on our social media and say that these vacancies are open and that we'd be entertaining people to come and maybe, again, not trying to put words or procedure in your mouth, but we could always say, if you're interested, come to the February board meeting or connect with a town manager or a council member or a board member, and then you can come and speak from the February meeting and then the board can appoint them. If that's what the board wants, that's just a way to kind of lay it out.
Just put a closed session on there, and we don't even discuss it.
Sure.
Because obviously we'll discuss it in front of everybody, and then.
Sure.
All right.
Actually, no, we can, yeah, we don't have certain things we can go to into closed session on, that's not one of them.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Sure, that's fair.
It don't matter to me.
it'll be open.
Okay, so is there anything else we need to discuss on that, Commissioner?
No.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to item number 10, consideration of the 2026 Ranlo events calendar.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Can we go back to the 2024 plan? Is that something that we would be interested in revisiting with the consultant? Is that something?
And it's already been approved, so it is online, it exists, it's already something that we're going by. So if you wanted to just, if we wanted to either reconnect with the consultant to confirm that we're still following or make sure that that gets considered when we go forward, I think the move would be to get in touch with Focus and say, hey, we're going to be starting up the planning board again. Can we, start working with your services again? Because we want to make sure we've already adopted a comprehensive plan that's for the next, whatever, 20 years, whatever it is. We just want to make sure that we're still following that. I think would be my recommendation.
That's something, we got so many things going on right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, I would, say, what does get the, what does everybody think about that? What do the commissioners think about that? What do you,
Yeah.
how do you think we should proceed?
Yeah.
Would you like to get someone involved to make sure we're following the
What I could
procedures? Yes.
What I could suggest is that the board could direct staff, and by that I mean me, to work within Focus to re-get this going again.
Okay.
If that's what the board
You
wants.
said in focus?
That's the name of the company. Yeah.
Okay, yes.
And we work with them all the time on planning and zoning and management.
Okay. And, is there, cost?
I'm sure there will be. Yeah, if we want to, so like, for example, that's a great question. If we wanted to get like an annual contract, and we had one with them a couple of years ago, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but like if we were to have monthly planning board meetings or, where it gets really deep into zoning and conditional rezoning, special use permits, and knowing our zoning code of ordinances, this group, they are professionals at this and would know it better than me or basically anybody within the department. And that's how it operated back in the day when the planning board was, when somebody from N Focus was there. So what I would do is also, while I say, hey, we'd like to start working together again, can you get us a price on like a contract or something to work with us for that service? And I can bring that from.
Let's see that first.
Yes.
Yeah, I say it's needed, but we definitely need to see the cost.
Absolutely.
Yes. Any other comments on that? Anything you want to say, Mr. Tosca?
No. I got you, had that look like.
No, I'm thinking about things.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to item number 10, consideration of the 2026 Ranlo events calendar. Okay. Oh, yeah, here it is, right here.
He's got it. He's got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it. Okay. March 21st, we have a shred day. We have, April 2nd, we have Easter egg hunt. April 18th, spring community yard sale. We have the senior Bing at the park and Milltown nights. May 22nd, we have Splash Pad opens. Not sure what that is. I guess that's for kids.
Yes.
Then we got June 19th, we have the Milltown nights. July 17th, I'm sorry, you have the Milltown nights. And August 4th, we have National Night Out. August 21st, we have the Milltown nights. September 19th through the 20th, you have the Fall Festival.
That's the area up there.
Is that here?
It's supposed to be the 18th and 18th, 19th.
Is that the Friday, Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, I may have just.
It should be the 18th.
Yeah.
18th and the 19th.
Okay, so maybe we can get that changed.
Yeah, and what the board can always do too, because I will, if it's okay, want to talk about some of the changes we made. Before it gets adopted, we can always say adopted with the changes that we come up with.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is 18.
And then you've got on October 9th through 12th, you have the Faith in Blue. Okay, Police Department. November 21st, we have the Senior Thanksgiving Luncheon. November 21st, that is, hopefully I said 21st. December 5th, the Toy Run, awesome thing. And then December 12th, we have the Christmas Parade.
Can we not start early this year and see if we can't line up some high school bands for our parade?
And I think if the board sees it next month, I think the special events committee is gonna help a whole lot with that too. Yeah,
It
agreed.
just adds to the parade.
Completely agree. Do you mind if I just say a couple words about the events calendar, is that okay? So this is something that we always do in January. So even though our fiscal year is July 1 to June 30, we always do the events calendar in January, that way we have the calendar year planned out. A couple little changes that we made, we took out the fall yard sale because I don't think, like, basically a single person came to the fall yard sale, it's cold. One thing that we also changed was the yard sale hours. So you can see, now it's 7 to 11. Last year it was, I think, like 10 to 2 or something like that. And yard sailing is an early sport, like it's early get out there. So we're gonna wrap that up by 11 because most of the time by noon, everybody's out the door anyways. This was also created prior to the health fair became something, so that's not listed, but we can always add that as well. And then Commissioner Hill and I have also talked about a food truck Friday type event, in which we can put on our calendar on our new fancy website, where we can reach out, or with any luck, the special events committee can start working with local food trucks and groups and pick out a place and you know, we could come up with a frequency, whether it's the first Friday or whatever it may be, to have a food truck Friday every month here in town. So that's just some of the other things that we're kind of working on. But those are some of the changes, but just so you know procedurally, this is something you always do in January.
Okay, I would like to also add with that we have these fine ladies here that would love to, at some of our events, set up a table, just sharing information during some of our events that work into their schedule. You know what I'm saying, at no charge or anything to the town, just have a little booth set up, to offer information.
Contegra did last year. I don't know how many more, but I know Contegra did a booth last
So
year.
you all are welcome to come. Yes, if everybody's in agreement, right? Okay, you're welcome to come. Yeah, thank you.
So, we basically have 3 changes, right?
Yeah, all pretty minor, and if the board wants to vote on it, what we would essentially do is make a change from September 19th to 20th to the 18th to 19th, and then add in the health fair, which is January 22nd.
22nd. She also mentioned another date. I can't remember the
Possibly
date.
fall, did you say possibly fall?
The Fridays with the food trucks?
Yeah, and we talked about bringing in a food truck Friday. Essentially, this is kind of the old process. The goal is with the new website to convert what is essentially just a Word document into a living calendar on our website, so a resident can come and see and honestly get in touch with Go Gaston to get all of our events published there. But someone can go to our calendar, it's useful, and see, oh, this week it's Food Truck Friday, or this week it's the Senior Bingo in Middletown. But we would just need the board to adopt this events calendar, if the board sees it.
I would like someone to make that motion, but it's really for, because she did say that there was another date for a health fair that she was planning on coming out.
We can always just add it to, right, there's nothing stopping us from adding events outside.
Yeah,
This is just the basis. Yeah. This is essentially just the foundation. If someone were to say, we're gonna do a fall health fair, awesome, we just add it to it.
I'll make a motion.
Motion, we said.
I'll second Ronnie's motion.
Okay, all in favor? All right. All right, guys, let's move on to. Okay, item number 11, presentation of the monthly financial report and budget by our town manager, Charlie.
So, Mr. Mayor, I'll be very brief. I know I've spoken a lot tonight. So, as I mentioned last month, this is for your information only. Happy to answer any questions on the first page. You see our finance overall. We account for every single penny that comes in and out of this town. You can see it there. And the second page is our monthly year-to-date. Also in this agenda item is one budget amendment, which is budget amendment 25-26-114, which is a fund balance appropriation that the board voted on and approved last month, maybe in October. I can't remember the date. For the purchase of the snowplow and spreader out of the Powellville fund balance. That motion was approved. Those items were bought. What this is the internal bookkeeping to go ahead and move that money that was voted on and appropriated in the books. Happy to answer any questions.
I do have a question.
Okay.
When it comes to finance department here, I kind of don't, let's say I pop up and I say, for example, CJ was able to get a lift to put the sign up there on the building. That came at a cost to the town to rent that lift. Is that just something that you just take on and just throw it out there, or I don't know how that works?
I'm happy to explain. So we follow all the internal controls measures that the fiscal local government control act follows. So all of our budget items, all of our procurement processes, we actually voted last June on the procurement manual. So it shows how every single dollar that we go to propose to spend gets spent. So like, for example, if a police department needs an item or the public works department needs an item, there has to go through 2 different pre-audit statements or two different pre-audit checks before any money can be spent. So it's got to go to our finance director to say, okay, if you're going to budget this, where's the money going to come from, right? So if we have like a department supplies line item that's meant for supplies, like let's say we need new boots, the department has to come to the finance director and make sure that there's still money in that line item that hasn't been spent for that fiscal year. It gets pre-audited there, then it comes to me with a purchase request. I confirm with our finance director that the funds are still there. Second level of internal control gets checked, so that's one check by the finance director, one check by the budget officer, and then that money can be then gone and spent, so.
Now, let's say that you say no. I don't think this is smart, okay? So then it'll be up to, let's say, you said fire, police, whatever, they can come to the board and say,
Not necessarily, no, we wouldn't really want department heads doing that, so we would work together on that. I've said no to purchase orders before, if I don't think it's either necessary, but what I do is I work with all department heads to talk about, hey, is there a cheaper option, or hey, is this thing, but the good news is, we have such strong department heads that really
Right.
never, ever, ever happens.
but you're the end all.
It goes
You make
through
that
several
decision.
checks, correct.
But you're the final check, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to be
Yes,
sure.
ma'am.
Thank you.
And like I said before, we account for every penny that comes in and out of this.
Okay, and, for those of us that are new, what's the fiscal year?
The fiscal year starts July 1st and goes through June 30th. And that'll tie into something I talked about in the town manager's report. So we'll start our budget conversations next month. We're already at the department head level starting our budget conversation.
Yeah, because I was looking at your, percentage used.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right.
And some of those, and I've said before, Mr. Mayor, some of those may tell an odd story, like for example, in recreation, if that number's inflated, that's because it's 99% of our events have already happened in the fiscal year, right? The only real events that we have coming up before the new fiscal year kicks off is basically the Easter egg hunt, which doesn't basically cost us any money. So some of those can tell an odd story. That's what I'm here to do, is to help us. We're still in great shape.
All right.
And we would be, because I included it in the same agenda item, if the board would consider voting to approve that budget amendment.
Okay, do we have a motion?
Make such a motion.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, all right, let's, move on to the next item. Okay, so, town manager's report.
Sorry, I'll be even faster than I was on the last item. So I'll just go quickly through some of the things that I was thinking about. What I normally do is have a budget timeline. So I'll come next month with a piece of paper that shows every single, essentially, meeting and talk that we're gonna have. We'll have open budget workshops where the public can come, where we start talking about what are the high-level goals. Then we can use that to drive what are the operational goals for that fiscal year. We'll come with all that stuff next month. We're already working on getting department head level requests in. So you'll have that whole timeline. That way we're in early before the July deadline, essentially the June 30th deadline. So you'll have that information coming soon. I'm also going to have, before next month, the Chats with Charlie schedule built out. What I'll do is I'll send that to the board prior to the meeting. That way we can start saying, I know we had talked about one commissioner coming to, each of these. So I'll send that schedule out, and then essentially we could just do like a survey or something like that to have folks sign up to come to the Chats with Charlie. I don't want us to lose track on when Wooten came and discussed the South Ranlo Waterline project and I know I didn't make an agenda item because I know we were talking about potential funding sources and the water plant and things like that, but also don't want us to lose track on that project that we also need to kick off for the South Ranlo Waterline project. So if we could get some direction, and that could be, if we could get it now, if it needs to be next month, some direction for the board to say, move forward with the reduced scope, if you will, and then we can continue to search for either more funding or work on, the board meeting, work on, getting some extra funds to kind of close that gap. We still want to make sure we deliver on the project that we said we did. So if the board wants us to just go ahead and move forward with a reduced scope, knowing that we're not getting rid of the remaining parts, and then we can secure the funding for that, almost like a phase 2 to it. We want to make sure we're delivering on that project, and I don't want it to be hung up. If the board could just give me some kind of direction for going, I don't want to have to sit 30 days idle. So that's
I
out.
think go ahead and start the project.
Just kick it off.
And the final section that we looking for money, and then once we get that money, we move to that section.
You go right back.
Yeah.
And that also,
We can come up with the funds out of the budget. And down the road, we'll discuss it, but go ahead and move, don't delay it no more.
Yeah.
People been waiting forever.
perfect, yeah, completely agree. And we'll kick it off and we'll move, and that would even get us to the next appropriation cycle where we could even try to get some more state general assembly money. I'll keep moving quickly. I think that's the last thing I have. We're now going to hear from Chief Lewis, Chief Lunsford, and CJ Parker for their reports. Who wants to go first? And I think this is going to be an annual report. This will be the numbers from all of last calendar year.
I'm Brian Myers, Assistant Chief of Ranlo Fire and Rescue. Past couple months, because there wasn't meeting in December or November, we have multiple months reports. We ran 54 calls in November, 64 in December. We ended 2025 with 699 calls. 259 were EMS calls, 87 motor vehicle accident, 19 building fires, 36 fire alarms, 8 gas leaks, and a bunch of other random stuff like trash compactor fires, brush fires, stuff like that. And our members documented 5,621 train hours for the year. So that's where we're at. Starting a new year strong. I think we're about 12, 15 calls in so far. Nothing too bad yet. Any questions?
Sounds like we're busy.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, no problem, thank you.
And while Chief Lunsford comes up, or CJ, whoever decides to go next, I just realized that for the new board members, we didn't do this last month, so you probably hadn't seen this before. So at the end of my town manager section, we always hear from the department heads who just normally either give a monthly report, but in this case, it's kind of an annual report. And in CJ's case, it'll be a completely separate concern that he wants to make sure that the board hears.
Just to bring y'all's attention, last week when the cold front come in and the wind was blowing, we had a tree fall and hit the side of the little shelter out here. And after my staff and I walked through and we had our tree expert come out, we have been alerted to there's about 30 trees around the lodge that need to be removed because they're dead and threatening the building and the safety. I have a quote to have these 30 trees removed for $9,900. It's my recommendation to have them removed to keep the safety and the property of the building safe.
Is that $900 altogether, or?
$9,900 altogether.
$9,900, okay.
For 30 trees.
I make a motion, we.
And they're all kinds, except for this one big walnut tree that is holler all the way through.
Forget it, with that price, I make a motion, we tear them, take them down because it's a safety issue and it's still been made to our attention. If we don't do it, it falls on somebody's head and then we're here liable for it. So I make a motion, we're gonna take them down.
Well, I have a question of who is doing this work?
Justin Dugan's Tree Service.
Who is the?
He is our tree contractor who handles all of our major tree removal.
I think he's out of Dallas or something.
Have we ever looked at any other? Have we ever got pricing from any other tree removal companies?
Jason Green started using him when we had a large tree fall over off of Hill Lane, and we went out there to remove it, and just happened to be one of the members of the fire department, Ted Hendricks, was a OSHA safety inspector. He come out there and said, if I was y'all, I would not touch that tree, because y'all are not chainsaw tree faller certified. And he said, I would recommend getting somebody, and Justin Dugan was the only person we could find in the middle of the night who had the proper equipment and bonded and secured, and he's the one that's always got our tree service.
So we don't get other rates from other trees?
If y'all would like to, we can, but I just normally, because he was who we always used.
I don't have a problem getting other rates, but I think I make a motion, we're gonna take these down now.
Okay.
I mean, if, like I said, we're walking out here tonight, it falls on somebody's head, we can't have that, but tomorrow, somebody comes up here, it falls on their head.
It's gonna be the town
It's
of
gonna
Raleigh.
be, it's gonna be,
My
yeah.
head. So, but this is it though. But the reason why I say this, because I know in my neighborhood, we had a gentleman that came and took down a tree. And these guys were phenomenal. And they took this tree down for less than like $400 or $500. They took down several trees. I was just curious if you got any rates from any other
Right.
tree experts or whatever.
The only reason I'll go with Justin, because I know he's properly certified and insurance and bonded. And
I think that's important.
Yeah,
Well, we
I'm
chose somebody with that too.
I'm kind of with Robin too, as far as I understand that even though we've used someone in the past, we still want to do our due diligence to get the best price that we can.
Right.
Because.
But if y'all would like, I can reach out to other tree companies, but I just want y'all to know that this is something we needs to be attention to.
Yes. But I think we should at least
I
get.
don't know Dugan, but I recommend a tree to cut down like, come tonight, come here tomorrow.
Yeah, we agreed
I
the
mean,
trees need to come
yeah.
down, but
No,
mine is
The
to see.
next projects we plan it out, we see other things happen, or we can go and say, hey, make an on-call list, same way as the police department has for tow service and stuff like that. A rotation list that, this is what we want, and what's your price on cutting trees down, and we pick a group of people and say, all right.
We just wanna make sure we get the
Yeah.
best deal.
Yeah, I have no problem with that, but like I said, I don't know Julian or have anything to do with it, but I don't want to be in that liability.
I don't have a vote on this, but, my suggestion is to move forward this time, but in the future, make sure you do a, thorough, search, you know, for other, costs and make sure that they're insured and all that other stuff. So, that would be my suggestion, but, you know, it's up to the board.
What about 3 bids? That's what you need. Not now, I'm talking about.
Normally it's anything over $10,000, I would have to get 3 bids because he come in under 10. That's why I brought it to y'all's attention.
Right.
For 30 trees.
30 trees. Most of them are pine except for the one big,
Pine trees.
all pine trees, all lolly pines.
Okay, so could I, if I contacted somebody that I know bonded and does all that, that did it in our neighborhood, could I ask him what would it cost for 30 pine trees?
Well, it's 30 trees along with one large
Oak tree, you
oak
said?
tree, yeah, and this is also cleaning up any of the dead trees that are already falling and leaning.
So it's more than 30 trees?
Yeah, but it's more than 30, but the trees being literally cut is 30 and then trimming and neatening was put into that.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, may I interject?
Yes, sir.
So to not create any illusion of favoritism or anything like that, what I would suggest is you give me that person's information and I can get in touch with CJ and then we can also reach out to them. That's perfectly fine. So it doesn't seem like you're getting anybody's job or anything like that. We can do our due diligence and try to look for it.
Okay, I just always thought that people got bids on stuff.
Well, it's over 10,000 is only where we're
Okay.
Over 10,000, the ordinance says.
Since it's under 10,000, I second his motion that we'll go ahead and get it done.
Okay.
And what we can always
And
do
it
is,
does come out to be about $330 per tree, so,
That's cheap.
yeah.
That's cheap.
There you go.
Thank you.
thanks, CJ.
We got a vote on it?
Yeah. Made a motion to,
There's
Yeah,
already
he
a
made
motion,
the motion and I seconded it.
so we just all in favor.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
One no.
okay, got one no.
One
All
no.
right.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioner. Last year, the police department responded to 6,074 events. We issued 857 citations. We made 98 arrests. We seized 8 guns. Over $20,000 in drugs were seized. We put in 2,426 hours, training hours. It's average about 161 hours per officer. Our flock cameras read approximately 2.8 million license plates. That's for their last year. Last month, we ran 485 calls. And to follow up on the question that was brought up last month, we do have 2 drones. We have 1 drone pilot. Our drones are regulated by the FCC. Our drone pilot has to log everything. We run 5 calls last year for drone service. And anyone has any questions about our drone or our pilot, or comes down to answering. That's all I have.
Very good, very
Thank you,
good.
Chief. Very good.
All right, is everybody?
That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, all right, we'll make mine quick so we can get out of here. I just want to let you know, who did, if you didn't have a chance to come to our special meeting last night, I think it was very good, I think it went very well. Just introducing, what we're planning to do and introducing, the electronic planning board that we have out there. And just know that we have a lot of plans in the waiting right now for Ranlo. One of the first things we're working on is obviously getting money right? To fund our projects, we're gonna need money. So we've already been working with our senator, Tim Moore's office. So we've already been working with different people, our Congressman Tim Moore, working with James Estes as his representative. But we found someone that actually goes out and looks for grants. And he's been successful in other counties getting those grants. He's gotten billions of dollars in grants, or he's in millions?
So the person you're talking about is with the design company for our town hall,
Right.
and their company, which is Withers Ravenel, for their clients have gotten over $1 billion in funding.
Right.
And that's who
Is
we're
that the
working.
Mosley's?
Mosley's the architect, Withers Ravenel is the engineer. Both are with us for the new town halls.
Right. So this person, Will Kaufman, he's gonna be going out, searching for that money for us, right? We know that we have to put some up. First thing we gotta do is make sure that we have a good town hall, and we have to make sure that, the police department has a place now. It doesn't look good for a town to, be inviting businesses and, don't even have a town hall. We are on the slate for getting, the roads repaid. Those are some of the things that we talked about, that Main Spencer Mountain Road being repaid. CJ is already gonna start, sometime this year, running our walkways all the way through Ranlo. We got a lot of exciting projects. The board is gonna have to vote on it. We're talking about bringing big businesses here, such as a Costco, such as a data center. We're talking about putting in retail shops so that you can have, a place to go get coffee, or even a grocery store. So we really don't have a grocery store around here. What we really have is that, I end up going to Target or Walmart or somewhere like that. I don't feel like going way across town to get my grocery. So those are some of the things we talked about. I think we got some pretty good excitement about it. We got a lot of feedback from a lot of you guys and a lot of people that live here in Ranlos, and we feel good about where we're at. I know God is all over this anyway, all over Ranlo. He's got his hand all over Ranlo. So since he is in it, I know it's going to happen. So those are my comments. Comments from the board? Okay.
Well, I would like to thank the town of Ranlo for supporting me with the banner out there for Caitlin Brown. I thank you all, because it's you all's tax dollars to pay for that. And I thank the board for approving the funding for that, and I love it. Thank you so very much.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? All right, thank you, guys.